What's up and good morning, War Report family. It's your guy, Ike Jones, and we are here. It is time. It is Friday, morning drop, facts or nah, cows tomorrow. We're ready for it. Y'all know how we do. Get your questions in. Drop it on them.
You are now listening to the War Report. Drop.
Morning drop time. It is Friday, September the 8th, and I am in here with my guy, B. Will. Friday before game day. Facts or not Friday.
It is. How
you feeling, B. Will?
Feeling all right today. I've been looking at some of y'all questions ahead of time, so I've been cheating.
Yeah.
As every good college program does.
Got to come in here prepared, man. We kind of get what you call this preparing, man, not cheating, preparing.
Be a Belichick, preparing, that's right.
Go ahead and get your questions in the live chat. We've taken our 5 favorites from the ones that put them up on Twitter when we asked for questions. We're going to get started with those this morning. But if you want to get your facts or not question in, go ahead and put that in the live chat. We will get to those in just a minute. But make sure that you put the hashtag facts or not so it makes it easier for us to weed through the questions here. Cal questions, not questions of what you think we're going to do 5 weeks down the road or some other team in the SEC, how they're going to do this weekend. We're talking about Auburn versus Cal this morning. Top 5 questions from Twitter are going to be coming right at you guys today. Let's get to it. Starting it off. Actually, that's not the first one. We're going to start from the top.
Okay.
Facts or nah? Rivaldo. 5 receptions and a touchdown, says Frankie Colazzo, tweeting at Frankie Colazzo. B. Will, what are you feeling about this one? Facts or not to that one? 5 receptions and a touchdown for Rivaldo Fairweather on the road versus Cal.
You know, I'm feeling very nah about that. And the reason I'm feeling nah about it is because I don't think they have to crack the glass on Fairweather just yet. If Cal's not built to withstand our front and our run game, then why do you break out the complicated stuff? We don't even need it. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him all tucked away because we're going to need him for a mismatch when we get to some more complicated defenses, some more substantial defenses, Texas A&M, LSU, Georgia. We got quite a stretch right there. I don't think they crack the glass on Fairweather. Maybe he gets a look or two, maybe a couple of targets, but I don't think they really break out the packages and the play designs that are going to feature him until a little later in the season. So I'm saying nah.
All right. I'm actually going to go facts on this one, man. I thought he was going to be more involved in the first game. I think he's going to be involved in this game. I just think if Cal is going from what they saw on film, they didn't see us use the tight end. So they're going to try to do stuff to limit the catches from the outside receivers if they're looking at that. And that leaves Fairweather open a little bit more. So they're going to try to get him the ball more. And I do think that he becomes a red zone target for Auburn this time. So I'm going to go facts on this one. Fairweather is going to get involved in this game and get his catches. If you all are in here and you're not doing the necessary, go ahead and share the video at the War Report on social media so we know that you did it. Because we want to know that you guys are making the shares. We appreciate the shares, but we want to add us so we know that you're sharing it. If you're doing that on social media, go ahead and give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in case you want to show some love in a free way. You understand what I'm saying? And for the Cal fans that are out here viewing us,
welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Well,
I'll go with that. Welcome. Number 2 here from Scotty King tweeting at War Eagle 1846 says Auburn has a 100-yard rusher and a 100-yard receiver. Facts or nah for this one?
I can see facts on this. I think they'll do a lot with the slot position, whether it's Fair or Javarius Johnson. I think one of those guys can get 100. And so if you ask me if we're going to get 100 rushing, the question is, do they tighten up the running back rotation because we have an actual decent opponent this week? Maybe it's a decent opponent. We don't know. I don't know. Keep those running backs. Keep just Damari and Cobb in there or Jarquez. Hey, keep him in there. Let him get his snaps. maybe not go 4 or 5 deep at running back, but just 2 or 3 deep, then there are some more carries. We can press on these guys a little more because it may be to our advantage to press on them, because if the run game's working like we think and hope it can, we don't have to sling it too much to put them away. We can just take the life out of them with the run. I think this is possible. Maybe not likely, but possible, 50-50. So I'm going to say facts.
I think I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I think that Auburn is going to be committed to running the ball despite Cal being committed to try to stop the run. And listen, if Cal puts 6 guys in the box like they did against North Texas, and according to some Cal fans that were in the comment section of our midweek report video, North Texas was boasting at how they were going to run the ball all day against Cal before the game, and then they didn't do it, and they only put 6 in the box then. So unless they're more scared of Auburn's rushing attack, which they should be,
yes,
than they were of North Texas, then they're going to try to do it again with just 6 in the box. And I don't think that is winning football against this Auburn team, because of the way that we're not just going to go out here and say, all right, this is a pass play, this is a run play. It can be called run, and then they're going to, get the RPO into a pass, or vice versa. If Cal comes out with 6 in the box, that we're going to run the football, and I don't think 6 is going to be enough.
No, it's not.
One-on-one with somebody, that better be the best tackler on your team.
Yeah, especially
if Robbie is in the game. That's burnt bread, baby. Like, that's toast all day. You can't put Robbie in the game and you have 6 in the box. You better commit a safety down on that, or bring something extra into that situation.
And if Mr. Yeehaw himself is back, buddy, I saw a mashup clip of Jarquez Hunter big runs and touchdowns in his first 2 years at Auburn. I forgot how scary he was to tackle. Yeah. Like, people, like he just doesn't go down at first contact, man. He doesn't. He gets a lot of yards after contact. And that's been with a subpar offensive line where he doesn't even get much space initially.
Correct.
We haven't seen him with the offensive line actually opening up holes. You remember the size of the hole that Jeremiah Cobb ran through for his touchdown? Anything like that is going to be a similar result, a house call. So if secondary players come up and try, like, you're not tackling Jarquez, you're not. This could be, if they breaking glass on Jarquez. That's why I think Fairweather doesn't have to be the star of the show. We can break the glass on Jarquez, and that would be enough. He is that dynamic of a player. It feel like we got 5 days to the game, but I'm ready, baby. I'm ready for this one.
It could be bad if Jarquez is playing in this game. I think Damari Alston is so ready for his opportunity to go out there and light somebody up, though. I don't know, man. I watched our running backs feast, and again, I get it's UMass. I really do. And Cal's not going to be the same as UMass was, and Cal has a better defense than UMass. I just, again, watched that film and watched them routinely commit 6 guys to stopping North Texas. And that's not going to get it done. It's just not going to get it done.
Yeah, it's not.
Wilson tweeting at Wilson_101. Jarquez Hunter plays on Saturday. Facts or nah? Getting straight to it.
It's been reported that he's traveling. Now, I don't know that means that he's playing, but of course it begs the question, why would you take him out there if he's suspended for the game? If he is suspended for whatever reason, you figure just leave him at home, right? We got enough running backs to get it going. So if it was a depth issue, like if you know you're not going to play a 4th quarterback, you leave a 4th quarterback at home, but you bring a 3rd one, even though if you don't want him to see the field at all, because you need insurance. 3 of every position you need. You need somebody to fill in. We got 3. So if Jarquez is going, that leads me to believe he's playing. And I'm going to say facts.
This is a tough one for me. I'm going to say nah on this. I'm going to say Jarquez doesn't play.
What? You don't think they're going to free 27?
Yeah, I think they're still going to hold him out. I don't want it to be true. I really want to be wrong about this, but I'm going to say nah, he doesn't play. I think they are bringing him to let him be there, but not because they're expecting him to play. Hopefully we won't even need him, but I'm going to say nah.
Okay.
I really hope I'm wrong, because I'm ready to see Jarquez go out there and get his get his thing on, because that young man is a dynamic playmaker for this team. So
last year, Quiz, we already getting short at 2 games. You think we're getting short at 2 games of Quiz? I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not to.
Yeah.
Next we have BZ tweeting at BZ267. He says, facts or not, Hollywood goes over 100 yards receiving.
Now, Ike, you would know better than me. What did Cal's secondary look like?
Cal has a decent secondary, but they were playing a lot of zone coverage, a lot of off coverage, and they were leaving those corners on an island to let their safeties roam a little bit, because though they weren't committing the safety down close, they were bringing him in as a 7th defender sometimes in the run. And if they do that, then they have the opportunity to have a smaller cornerback on Hollywood for a lot of that game. So, I mean, they're not bad in the secondary, though. They're pretty sound, but they do give a lot of space.
Okay. Now, so I've got my reservations about Hollywood going over, because Hugh Freeze has repeatedly remarked that wide receivers are a little lost out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, against zone coverage specifically, that makes it hard to know if you can't get open against man. When it comes to zone, you have to make decisions. Mm-hmm. You have to make judgments as the receiver, and you have to hope that the quarterback is making the same judgments. Okay, so you see that hole, you're going to go there and sit down. But yeah, but what if as a wide receiver, I thought I should keep going and not break it off and sit down right there? Well, we saw the different thing. Somebody's going to throw it to where a player is not, but a defender is. We got picks. We got what looks like a terrible miscommunication. Because Hugh Freeze said that, and we saw it in game 1 still, I'm going to go nah on this. Eventually, we're going to get this pass game together. I think they're going to find the right combination of receivers that are responding to Hugh Freeze's challenge and are figuring out where to go and win, and getting on the same page as Peyton Thorne or as Robbie Ashford if he's going to be throwing the ball. But I don't think it happens here. I think we have to go out there and go for what we know. Run the ball, take the wheel out of that team. And I don't think they focus so much on the pass game on Saturday.
Yeah, I am going to go no on this one as well. I do think we have a receiver go over 100. Not sure that it's going to be Hollywood. I do think Hollywood gets quite a few targets when he's in the game, because he's a bigger receiver. And as I remarked in our Watch the Film, they could back shoulder this team to death if they're going to play the way that they did against North Texas, which, again, I don't expect them to play exactly how they did versus North Texas. That would be foolish to assume that. But if they come out with similar looks, maybe not the whole game, but if they get into a look that looked like something that they did versus North Texas, I expect Peyton Thorne to be able to see that and say, okay, I've got Hollywood outside matched up against a DB who's given up some height to. Let's back shoulder him. I think he gets his targets. Not sure that he goes over 100. He is speedy, but what beat North Texas, or what North Texas was able to do to beat Cal, was deep threat receiving. And I think that is a VAR special. So I do expect VAR to go over 100 in this game. So I'm going to go nah for Hollywood, but I do think we have a receiver that does it.
Bet.
Lee Carter jumps in and says, tweeting at Lee Badagetta, facts or nah, Red Zone Robbie trends again because he has another 3 or more touchdowns.
Ooh, 3 or more would be impressive. That would be impressive. I think Robbie definitely gets into the end zone in this game. 3 is still a lot because it's not at home against a cupcake team. I do think Cal is more of a challenge in the front 7 than UMass is. I do. I don't know if they're as disciplined as UMass was. UMass wasn't altogether out of position on these plays. I think they were just outdone. I was reasonably impressed. Like, oh, okay, Robbie just got to there before you. It's okay. What are you going to do about that? However, my expectation is, because you don't want to play around out on the road, different environment. I don't want to say hostile, different environment out on the road. You go for what you know. Robbie's got to be running the ball in this game, because that's how we're the most dangerous. A potent offensive line, incredible running backs, a quarterback who has the athleticism that Robbie does. I think he goes for at least 2 touchdowns. I'm going to say under on the 3, though. So nah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take nah on this one as well. I don't think Robbie gets 3 touchdowns in this game. I do think that Robbie is going to play a significant role in this game. Again, watching the film, leads me to believe that in short yardage situations, they are going to commit a bunch of guys to saying Robbie's not going to get to the outside. He's not going to get to the outside. And I think they're going to use him a little differently this game to be able to tack on the outside with the pass game. And maybe little pop passes to tight ends and things of that nature, just to make Cal and future people have to look at some new tape and say, well, wait a minute, we got to prepare for this too.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know that he's going to get 3 red zone touchdowns just because I think Cal's going to be committed to try to stop that, or 3 rushing touchdowns. But I do think that Robbie's going to play a significant role in this game. And I do think that he scores multiple times. I think he might actually have a passing touchdown in this game.
Okay. I'd like to see that as well.
All right. That is it for our Twitter questions. We appreciate everybody who was awake and putting stuff on Twitter last night.
Yeah, appreciate that.
We are gonna get a little something from our sponsor. Just tell you about, y'all know how we get down with the Rogue Shop. Rogue Shop is here for all of your anxiety. So if you have some anxiety about this Cal game, some people seem extremely confident about the game, which I'm not mad about that. If you are one of those people who has anxiety about it, head on over to Rogue Shop, use code RAPPORT. They've got stuff for sleep. You probably won't need any sleep aids trying to stay up for this Cal game, but maybe if you pounded a bunch of caffeine trying to stay awake, you need something to take the edge off and get you back down. Rogue Shop will have you covered right there. Stress, if you are stressed out about Auburn football and the future of all of those things, or maybe you're an Auburn volleyball fan and watched them lose after they finally got a top 25 ranking. I was not happy about that. To what, Middle Tennessee? Come on, man. Anyway, this isn't about volleyball today. We're talking about Cal. But, maybe you got stress or anxiety. They got something for you there. But Rogue Shop's got you, or maybe pain, right? Maybe you you're going to hurt yourself jumping up and down in your living room from excitement this weekend and you twist an ankle. Hopefully nothing like that crazy happens. But Rogue Shop's got you covered. Make sure you head over there using code RAPPORT when you do that. Lets them know that the War Report sent you. All right, we are going to get into your live questions now. Right now, Facts or Not style. We appreciate everybody who is pouring in questions. If you haven't shared the video already, you're already wrong. Go ahead and make that share happen right now. Before we get into the questions, though, we got to get into this super chat right here from Jazzy Joe, who says, location challenge, where am I for $100? If the answer to this is not California, Jazzy, I'm going to be upset. It's Friday before the game. You need to be in Cali already, even though you could get there tomorrow. Games at night. But I'm going to say Cali is where Jazzy Joe is currently located.
See, he could be on the way there. He covers a lot of ground real quick. He could be in Colorado right now and just be on the way out there.
That's why you should pick somewhere close to Cali, but not Cali, so we can get it covered right.
You pick Cali. I say Nevada.
All right. Jazzy, tell us where you are, and we will get into that. Another super chat here from Blake Croft, who says, facts or not, Auburn's D gives up less than 150 rushing yards.
I don't know.
It's a tough one. Cali's got some good rushers in this game, and I think they're going to be committed to doing it.
And that, if their quarterback is going to play as well, their starting quarterback, then he's a rusher as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a bit. Our secondary is better than our front seven. I think they have a harder time throwing. They probably throw for equivalent yards that they rush for, whether that's going to be 150 for 300 total yards or, 175. I'm going to say, nah, we don't keep them under that. I'm going to say, nah.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one as well. Unfortunately, I am still, until they show me, not going to be a believer that this run defense is going to hold people, especially like you said, if Sam Jackson is going to be playing in this game, his threat to be able to run the ball is going to make this a tough proposition. Under 150 yards, under 200 maybe, but under 150, I feel like that's going to be tough. Auburn's going to have to score early and often and get some big stops to make them turn them into a passing team in order for this to be true. You're going to have to take the threat of the run away primarily by getting early stops and early scores. Make this a situation where they're going to not want to chew up clock by running the ball. If Auburn can't do that early, Cal's going to continue to force the issue with the run, and I think they get over 150.
Agree. That's exactly how it's got to play out.
Another super chat here from Just Like KP, who says, facts or not, Cal is underestimating Auburn's talent from the UMass game tape.
I don't. Okay, let's say this. Jaden, was it Jaden?
Jaden Ott. Yeah.
He's underestimating the talent from the game tape because he specifically said he was trying to pump his guys up so they can stop believing that we were some big bad wolf. But listen, man, you don't play defense. we really are that scary on offense with the run games, and you don't play on that side of the ball. So, is the offense underestimating the talent in the front seven? They may be properly estimating
right
the talent in the front seven, and based on what they've seen, maybe what we show. But one thing we know for sure is that our front seven is going to look different. Keys is out. All right. He's not going to be the first linebacker on the field. How deep do they go in that linebacker rotation? I don't know. Is there somebody that they didn't even see that they're going to see on Saturday? Possibly. I don't know if underestimating is the right word, though. They are probably properly estimating our front seven, and that gives them some confidence. So I'm going to say, no, they're not underestimating.
Yeah, I'm going to say, nah, they're not underestimating either. Listen, you got to prove it on the field. And to your point, I think maybe offensively, if you underestimate offensively what we could do, then you didn't watch the Cal film, right? So, like, I don't think there's an underestimation happening right there. If you are underestimating what we did defensively, watching UMass film, but if you underestimating defensively, then you probably only watched the first couple of drives of that game and said, man, if their starting quarterback had stayed in there, they'd have continued. We got Sam Jackson. He's just as good. Okay. That may be an underestimation to think, all right, we can do what they did on that first drive. No problem. They're not that good. I just don't think that you're going to see the same defense, not just from a talent perspective, but I'm going to say nah on this. I don't think they're underestimating. I think it's fair to say you guys haven't been that, and you haven't shown that you can be better. If they had come out there and put a whooping on them in that first drive, I think it would be a lot different. But we're just not there yet overall, and I'm hoping that they turn the tables this game.
Yeah, agreed.
Jazzy Joe jumps back in with another super chat saying facts or new. I think he meant nah right there.
Yeah,
Thorne throws for at least 2 touchdowns. Ike answer. Defense gets at least 3 turnovers for B. Will. 100 for each correct answer. So he wants me to answer about Thorne for 2 TDs, if that's facts or not. He wants B. Will to answer if the defense gets 3 turnovers. All right. So facts or not for me for Thorne, 2 touchdowns. I'm going facts on this. I think that Auburn throws for 3 touchdowns, 2 by Peyton Thorne, 1 by Robbie Ashford. And then we get at least another rushing touchdown in this game. At least another rushing touchdown in this game. I'm going to go facts. 2 Peyton Thorne touchdowns in this game.
Okay. And as far as turnovers go, I was thinking 2. I was thinking 2, 1 at the very least, because they're going to be trying to press and catch up. Once we get up by pounding the rock, they're going to have to throw, but they're not great at it. So we'll get ourselves a pick right there. Of course, another turnover can happen anytime. They come off a punt, fumble. I mean, anything could happen. However, I'm going to say nah. I'm going to say under on the 3. I definitely think they get 2, though. So under on the 3.
Okay. All right. We will see how we do on that one. Jazzy is going to get us 100 for each correct answer. Jazzy is putting up the bread because, boom, he is in Cali. Super chat from him saying he's in Cali. He was in Colorado yesterday.
See, we knew. We knew.
Yeah, man. I knew he was making the trip. Just didn't know if he had made it all the way there. But he is in Cali representing. Appreciate you very much, Jazzy. And he gives another super chat to tell Ott to be quiet. Not mad at that one at all.
Ought to be quiet.
All right. So he ought to be quiet is really good. I like the play on words there. All right. Let's get to some of the non-super chat ones that we have here. Let's try to get through these really quickly. Haley jumps in and says, facts or not, Auburn hangs 50 on Cal.
I would love to see 50. I think that's disrespectful, and I like disrespecting football. But I'm going to say nah. I think we get to mid to low 40s, 42, 45, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say no on this one as well. I don't think we get to 50, but I do think that we're going to flirt with 40, if not eclipse it in this game. I think there's just going to be a lot of running of the football in this game, and I am hoping from at least our perspective defensively, they are not long runs, and we're forcing Cal to try to methodically move the ball down the field, and they're unsuccessful in that, but it's going to chew up a lot of clock. We have home run capability. How often we're going to hit home runs is going to determine if we put this 50 up and if the defense is forcing turnovers. But yeah, I think we're going to maybe get to 40 in this one, but maybe not 50.
Yeah.
All right. TK asks, facts or nah, Damari, 100 yards in this game.
This is all about whether or not they are going to let Jarquez contribute to the running back rotation. If he does, then I say nah. They're going to split that at least 2.5 ways. I don't think but Petit gets as many carries between the tackles. But if Jarquez is not out there, big facts. So if I got to guess, I say Jarquez plays. I'm going to say nah. Ooh, nah. DeMar can still get 100 Jarquez. I'm going to say facts. Yeah. DeMar's the guy. I think
I'm gonna go facts on this as well. I think that if Jarquez plays, then he still gets 100. But I of course said I didn't think he was gonna play. Don't have any intel on that. But I'm gonna go with Damari gets over 100 yards. This would be his first time in his collegiate playing career getting 100 yards. I think he does it versus Cal in this game. I'm gonna go facts for this one. DA, chuck them deuces on him, baby. Let's go. All right, Dana Jones jumps in. Facts or not, Cal will stack the box so Auburn will score 3+ TDs through the air. You already know I got facts on this because I just said I think we get 3. But B. Will, how you feeling?
They can stack the box. We throw some stuff around, but I think stacking the box may slow the run down. But once we get into the red zone, you still got a hat on hat, and if we've got more speed on the field than they do, then we can still score on the ground. I think we get it like 2 passing touchdowns. I don't know. I think we can still do what we want down there, even with the number imbalance in the red zone. So I'm going to say, nah. We just we get what we want on the ground, score plenty of touchdowns, and we get 2 passing touchdowns in there.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Next, let's go with Daniel Moultrie, who says, facts or nah, Asante gets a pick 6.
Hella specific. I'm gonna say nah. The exact player nah. I mean, there's no way to know that. I mean, just that'll be like a plus 950 proposition on the sports book. This player gets a pick 6. So I'm gonna say nah. It's just the numbers don't work for me. I'm gonna say nah.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one. I do think that we get an interception in this game. I don't know if it's Asante. A pick 6, if it happens to me, is going to come from either the star position on some sort of exotic corner blitz situation or from, a safety coming down like we did in the last game. Just because I saw, that if Ben Finley's out there, he might try to float one out there and we have an opportunity to go grab one.
If Ben Finley played, then we can change this whole thing up, but we're going to get like 3 turnovers at least. That would change my answer on some other stuff too if he plays.
Yeah. Let's see. Uncle Derek says, facts or not, we hold Ott under 100 yards in this game.
Rushing?
Mm-hmm.
If we're just talking about rush yards, I think it's facts. If we're talking about combination, all purpose, or just passing, receiving and rushing, then I would say nah. But if we're just talking rushing, facts.
Yeah, I actually agree with this. Facts that we're going to try to hold him under. I think that he put a target on himself in the run game, and they're going to do everything they can to limit those explosive runs from him. I'm going to go facts on this. The tackling from North Texas was awful in that game. It was awful. Now, he didn't play. I think he might have played a little bit in the third quarter, but he didn't play very much the second half of that game, and he had almost 200 yards on North Texas. So he is a dynamic rusher. I'm not taking anything away from that young man. I just think that it's going to be one of those things where it's an alert when he's in the game, and they're going to commit people to stop him from running the ball just because they want him to eat his words.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go nah on this. Facts, we hold him under 100. Let's see here. Knox Cleveland says, facts or not, our defensive line gets 3+ sacks. against
Facts.
Cal this Saturday.
Facts. That one I strongly believe. Whether it's a Jackson in there and he gets beat up a little bit, and they bring Finley in there, he's not nearly as quick or fleet of foot. We're gonna get to these guys. I think we're gonna get to them. Whether it's by base set or design pressure, I think we're gonna get to them and get at least 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I think that we're going to finally see Jalen in this game, Jalen McLeod. And I think that he's going to get in there, getting pressure on them. This is going to be largely dependent on how good we are on the run against the run in first and second down, and what kind of exotic blitzes we're going to bring. He said D line specifically. Of course, we're going to be bringing pressure with the star position as well. In this one, we're going to send some corner blitzes. We're going to send some linebacker blitzes. I think that they're going to throw some pressure looks at this team. They're going to force the ball. They're going to force Cal to try to throw the ball quickly to guys and make good decisions. But when we get into a situation where we're going to get them in 3rd and long, I do look for our defensive line to cause some havoc here. I think. I'm going to put it out here. Keldrick Falk gets 2 sacks in this game.
Okay.
Keldrick Falk is going to eat in this game. Yes, I think they're going to rotate him in. He's going to get 2 sacks in this game.
All right, then. All right.
Yes.
That's a big call.
All right. Last one I'm going to grab here. Daniel Moultrie again. Facts or not, Malcolm Johnson scores 2 touchdowns in this game.
No, I don't think he gets 2, and it's not because he's not capable. I'm glad he's healthy and getting on the field, and that Hugh Freeze recognizes his ability. I think the design is going to be we're going to take the will out of you this weekend tonight for this game, and that doesn't mean the opportunities won't be there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got 1. I think 2's a little much though. Again, but I was under on the number of passing touchdowns anyway. I don't even think we're going to get to 3, so I'm going to stick with that. He can get 1. Somebody else can get 1, but I think it's going to be mostly on the ground. So no.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go nah on this one as well. I think Malcolm Johnson does come in and contribute. Not sure if he gets 2 scores in this one though. So looking forward to seeing what the pass offense does. Malcolm being the fastest receiver out there does bode well for him. If Cal plays the kind of defense, I'm talking about the looks that they have out there. They've shown the ability to give up deep threats to guys just running past them, right? It wasn't even like the 2 deep two deep shots that they hit in the game North Texas did. It wasn't even anything exotic. It was just a wide receiver running right past a DB. And so, which made them have to play off coverage more later in that game. I think we take some early shots in this game and make them realize, okay, we got guys that can run past you. And if Peyton Thorne hits one of those, or Robbie Ashford's able to hit one of those, it's going to make them play off coverage, which means we're going to be hitting those underneath things a lot more often. And I don't know that that's going to be a Malcolm Johnson specialty. So unless he gets them early, then I don't think that he's going to get them. So I'm going to go no on that one. All right, we are going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys jumping in here. As always, the War Report, Facts or Not Friday, and really every morning drop, sponsored by RogueShop.com. Use code REPORT to get 15% off of your purchase. That lets them know the War Report sent you over there. We're going to be back at you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time for the pregame Auburn versus Cal. All the talking will be done. It's time to get straight to the business of it all. So make sure you guys lock in with us tomorrow, pregame, halftime, and postgame. We will definitely still be going live postgame to let you know how we react to all of those things. Make sure you like the video before you get out of here. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with somebody, and we will be back at you guys tomorrow. Until then, War Eagle. Peace.
Peace.